Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? So, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I was wrong. What I did was I started to get a bit burned out with Farming Simulator, and so I decided that I wanted to start playing some other games. And I'd originally put it to a vote to see what people would think of me playing other games, because, you know, I felt that I kind of needed it in order to retain my sanity and keep the quality of videos that I was producing as high as I could keep them. The thing is, though, several of you pointed out at the time that it was a Farming Simulator channel, not for other games, so if I did that, some of you were not going to be happy about it, some of you would just only watch the Farming Simulator videos, and so on and so forth. I needed a bit of a break, and so I've had a bit of a break. I did a couple episodes of something else for time-lapse. We did Euro Truck Simulator, and I was planning to sort of do it later in the year anyway, when I'd finished Rattlesnake Valley. Unfortunately, I lost the save game for Rattlesnake Valley and Water Valley, which I explained all of that previously. I should not have carried straight on and just stopped doing Farming Simulator some days of the week. I think that this was a mistake. I've been listening very closely to the feedback that I've been getting. The games have been received. I've had a lot of positive feedback for these different games that I've been playing. However, there is a lot more comments stating that you would like to see a return of Farming Simulator 7 days a week. So I am going to listen to you. I was wrong. I shouldn't have stopped doing it. I should have just changed my schedule slightly in order to sort of accommodate everything. But I'm never too proud to admit that I was wrong. So here we go. What I'm going to do is this video, I am going to look through 5 different maps, and we're just going to have a quick cruise around 5 different maps. I'm going to try to spend 5 minutes on each. I will start timer on this one in a minute after I sort of finished explaining what the whole deal is. And I would like you to take this time just to sort of look at these different maps and then pick one. The new map that we're going to do, I'm starting it this week. On Thursday, I will start a new series of Farming Simulator. I'm stopping the other games for now. I did say I would come back to Farming Simulator in the middle of August. What I'm going to do is I'm starting Farming Simulator again immediately. And in the middle of August, when I have this more time to produce extra videos, then I will go back to producing those extra games that I've been producing. The Q&A session that I started doing on a Friday, I'm going to keep that one going. That's going to stay. And then middle of August, 3 days a week, you'll be getting some extra games to watch as well. So those of you who've been enjoying those other games, I will bring them back and they will stay after the middle of August. 1 day a week we'll do Factorio, because a massive, not a huge number of views on the video, but the response to the people that did watch it was very, very positive. Almost all of you have stated that you want a series on Factorio. I won't start fresh on that one. I did explain when I did the actual video in Factorio. It's like 70 odd hours gone into it to get to that point because of the really high settings that I've got it on. So I won't start fresh, but I will carry on a series from where I am, and we can sort of advance from there, because there's still a lot more to do. I'm planning on building a massive base. I mean, I haven't even begun yet on what I'm planning to do on that base. But anyway, that's in the middle of August. We'll talk about that when I'm doing the other games. It's not for now. Now we are picking the map that I'm doing at the end of the week. And the map at the end of the week, people, I did talk about this in Gorala last week. I said that Gorala series would be realistic, and I've had all sorts of mods suggested to make it really realistic, and that's what I'm going to do with that one. It's going to stay close to realism as possible. This end of the week, however, is going to be a bit different. We're going to play around with game mechanics, and I know that some people have said, oh, isn't this what Daggerwin's doing? He might be. I don't really know. I haven't actually watched any of those newer videos. It's something that I've been thinking about doing for quite a while, and I feel it's a natural progression of a solid Farming Simulator channel. You can't do the same types of videos all the time, because it becomes boring to do, and it becomes boring to watch, and I don't want it to be boring to watch. So I will be doing this new series. So the backstory for it is that I'm a really wealthy kid I've had the absolute life of luxury, and I've become spoiled, gotten in trouble with the law, and now Daddy has summoned me to the study, and he has said, Frithgar, you are 21 years old. It's time for you to take a little responsibility. I'm not going to trust you with the family business because, quite frankly, you've shown yourself to be untrustworthy. However, you can take $100 million, or euros, depending where we end up with our map, and you can take that money and you can go off and... What is this? We'll come to this in just a moment. You can take that money and you can start your own business. So we're deciding that our business that we're going to start is farming. We're going to take $100 million. So we'll start whatever map it is with $100 million. And then we can do whatever we want. If we want to buy 10 challengers and go nuts with them, then we'll buy 10 challengers and go nuts with them. So it's basically, we're just going to be sort of unlimited in what we're able to do. I'm still going to follow the pattern of farming, so, you know, the planting, the harvesting, and all the rest of it, and we will still do that. We will still farm things, but we'll be able to include mods that are completely unrealistic at the same time, and we can do things that we wouldn't normally be able to do. I feel it's going to introduce a bit more variety, and it's going to give us a chance to look at those types of mods that you just can't look at in a realistic series. So that's the whole plan behind it. So anyway, I have been rattling on for far too long now. The 5 maps, I'm going to start right now. There we go, I've started my 5 minutes. This first one is called East Coast Hills. East Coast Hills is this map here, and it's set in Canada. So we've got this Canadian map right here, which is why I'm a little confused as to why there's a castle, because as far as I know, there are no ancient structures in Canada or the US, apart from a few archaeological finds that have sort of turned up here and there, but certainly nothing that is hundreds of years old like this would suggest. I mean, unless it's like a Renaissance fair type thing that you guys have, and it's like a reconstruction castle. It might be something like that. But yeah. So this map that I've just been cruising around for a while is a Canadian map. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Yes, landed on his feet. Ideal. And the fields seem a reasonable size. I like the layout of the map. It's fairly plain. And I don't mean this to be rude or anything. It is fairly plain, and I think this is kind of a good thing. There are trains on this map. And because it's sort of, it's plain and simple, but at the same time it's got a very pleasant feel to it. I'm getting a very pleasant vibe coming off of this map as we're driving around it. Yeah, there's just something about it. It's got this very nice feel to it. And we'll just park this one here a second. We start off with the Case IH International. We've got a Zeta over here that is... Actually, he's got a road train already there. And another one. There we go. So we've got a road train that we can use already with the Zeta there. We've got a Deutz over here in the barn. We've got some very small machinery, and then we've got a train here. So let's take the train for a quick spin. I think this is the only train. Yes, it's the only train. So the map is quite well done. Well, I say quite, it's very well done. I like this map. There is a very pleasant feel to it. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's nicely laid out. There's some big fields, lots of trees everywhere. Now, I've never been to Canada. I don't know very much about Canada. This is, what I say, it's East Coast Hills. So this is on the eastern coast of Canada. And I believe that large tracts of Canada are just masses of forest, so I can't imagine that this is unrealistic at all. I imagine there's plenty of places in Canada like this where it's just trees, trees and more trees, and then you've got sort of fields dotted in between them. We've got a sawmill by the look of it up here somewhere. Oh, there's another train. So why can't... Oh! Hang on a minute, what's going on there? What's that train? Is that... There's logs there. Okay, this warrants a little bit of investigation. There's another train track there, but I'm not sure what this is about. You've got a bit here. Is there a lever to like send the train off? There's no actual train attached to it. So I'm not quite sure what this bit is about. It might just be an additional part of it, because if you have a look, it goes straight into a tunnel and then it disappears. So yeah, I'm guessing it's just kind of a non-entity. It's like a bit of decoration, maybe. But anyway, let's continue on our journey. And we've got 1 minute and 20 left. I've already spent 3.5 minutes on this map. So this is the Canada map. I've got coming up, I've got 2 from Europe, I've got 1 from Australia, and I've got 1 from the southern US. So I've kind of listened to all the suggestions that I've been getting for different maps that people will want, and I've tried to incorporate them as well as I can. There are a mass of trees here. Absolute mass of trees. We won't be using seasons on this end of the week. Seasons is going to be reserved for the realistic end of the week. I don't think that having seasons running on all of it is a good idea. I've already got seasons on the time lapse, and I've got seasons running on the other maps, so we won't have seasons on this. This will be vanilla game mechanics, which I think will be perfect for this. We're definitely going to have to get one of those mods that like instantly chips trees. I think we could have a lot of fun with that. So this whole end of the week, the series that we'll be able to run here, you'll be able to suggest any mods you like. Well, you can suggest mods, any mods you like, anytime you like, anyway. But we're more likely to take a look at the unrealistic ones on this end of the week. Just anything that you can think of. If I like the look of it, I will go for it. Right. This is 5 minutes that we've spent running around in Canada. I will go to the next map, and we can spend 5 minutes having a look at that one. 5 minutes are on the clock, and I love the fact that this map spawns you right on top of one of the grain bins. This is fantastic. There we go, all the way down there, you've got a load of machinery. This map is the Australian one. Let me just press escape here. And there is the map. It's Southern Cross Station, based in Australia. There is some massive, great big fields in this map. Look at the size of these fields. I don't know what that little square up there is all about, but anyway. This map looks awesome. It really does. And it looks like we got a whole load of different stuff. We got sheep, pigs, cows, chickens, all there in the middle. We got McLean Biogas Plant, Goldcrest, Pacific Grain, Denton Bakery. So they've used the standard names across the map, but look at this. Look at the view. Oh, it's so cool. That is gorgeous. You can see the edge of the map going up through there, and I've got to say, this is the first, the best, like, initial impression I've ever had from a map. I absolutely love that. Right, so we got some trains. Let's just flick through all the machinery a minute. We have a tiny little Massey Ferguson. We've got a New Holland here. We've got a Manitou. What's this? Oh, we got a Lizard SX Twin Star. We'll probably do our tour of the map in that one, actually. We've got another New Holland with the Combine back there. We've got another New Holland here, a T7. That is a monster tractor. Look at that beast of a thing. And we got a Massey. Is that a second Massey Ferguson? Yeah, it's the second one. We've got a Case. This place is littered with tractors. Another Case. And we're back to the trains. There is a massive amount of stuff on this map. You do start off with a lot. What about fields? What do we own? We got 19, 18, and 1, and 16. Oh, and 5 over there. Oh, 21 over there. Okay, so you start off with quite the station. You do actually start with a proper Australian outback station of a reasonable size. It is a fair size station that you start off with. Texture changes as well. The grass is a different texture. The wheat is a different texture. If you have a look at the wheat, this is more reminiscent of, I think, because I did see a picture. I tell you what, let me just see if I can do it a second. Yeah, we can do it with this one. I did see a picture of this, and it looks like the stubble. The picture is different, and different in that. Can I get through there? No, I can't. I've got to go up this end. Different as in the stubble is in the UK, and a lot, most of Europe, when it's planted, we plant a lot closer together than you do in Australia and you do in the US. We plant our plants a lot closer together, and we then put in a huge amount of fertilizer and stuff to kind of boost that up. Now, if you have a look at the stubble on this, let me just get rid of the combine now. We can move out of the way. And we go back over. It's definitely a different design. But yeah, if you have a look at the stubble, you can't quite see it. There was a picture that I seen that really sort of showed it up well. And it was like bigger gaps in between the stubble runs. And I thought it sort of captured the... I thought it captured it really well. I was sort of quite impressed with it. And it doesn't seem to be showing up all that well here at the moment. But yeah, it looked visually spaced further apart than the standard game has. It was like in very obvious rows rather than sort of a uniform distribution like we would have in England or the rest of Europe, really. Right, it's a big map. It's nicely laid out. Let's not go too fast. I don't want to flip the truck. And what do we got here? This is all the pig stuff here. What is these patches? Is this like grain storage or something like that? Because I'm pretty sure that you guys in Australia, you store outside, much like they do in the southern states in the US. It's quite a common. It's quite a common thing, isn't it, to store outside rather than having to keep it all into great big grain storage. I'm liking this. We got the fences around, but it's nicely laid out, and the trees. The trees do feel like Australia. I lived in Australia for a little while. I lived in Australia for 3 months, and I lived in Papua New Guinea, just north of Australia, for 3 years. And I mean, New Guinea's different. It's tropical rather than sort of dry and arid like Australia or most of Australia. We didn't go northeast Australia is tropical. Most of the rest of Australia is arid, and the feel of the trees. It's been 5 minutes already. I haven't even touched. This map is fantastic. The wide roads. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. There are so many awesome maps out there. I love this map. I haven't even touched on it. And I already love this map. This is so fantastic. Right, okay, I'm going to have to stop because I need to move on to the next map. This is just amazing. This is Southern Cross Station, the Australian map. And I'm going to tell you which one my favourite is at the end of the video. But this one is good. This one is very, very good. 5 minutes are back on the clock, and on this map we have a JCB, we have a New Holland with road crop tyres, we got another New Holland here, the T6, we got another New Holland, oh no, there's a Valtra, sorry, Valtra T-Series, New Holland TC5, and the pickup truck. This is Dutch Polder. I have done a brief tour of this one. It was one of the options in my last options video that I did. However, this is the most requested map on my channel now. A lot of people from Europe that watch my videos really want this map. So I'm showing it again. I'm putting it up for the vote once again because so many people are requesting this this map. So it's going to be down to you guys. I'm going to go on the map that you guys select. Because of where I grew up, I grew up in a very hilly sort of country, and I've never really worked dead flat land. I have sort of for a little while done some work on flat land, but Dutch Polder is very, very level, and for me it just feels really peculiar having all this dead flat land everywhere, because I'm just not used to having flat land. And you don't have flat land. It's all on hills. The biggest problem we have is deciding whether or not we can actually take the tractor on the hill without it tipping upside down. And you know, you'd be amazed at how steep the land that we do actually try to farm in parts of the world where I'm from. You get some very, very steep hills. But anyway, so we got Dutch Polder. And I have looked at it before. You've got the pigs here in the middle. You've got cows up there. Sheep right over to the side. You've got farms and so on down the bottom. Big field, very level, very flat land. There is some slight undulations to the ground. And I gotta be honest, this map would lend itself very well to the this style of map that we're going to be doing. This end of the week map. Ooh. Because we're not going to be sticking with realism, are we? We're going to be big machines. We sort of do whatever we want when we fancy it, and so having this huge, great big map like this is sort of going to fit well with that approach, I feel, because we can roll out some massive machines. We can take 4 big bud tractors and just rush off out to the fields and get started with them, if that's what we want to do. If we fancy rolling out big bud tractors that week, what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to leave it open each week, and I'll say leave comments in the leave comments down below in the comment section each week when we do our videos, and let us know what you would like me to do on the map. Oh, I can't actually go into that field by the look of it. I can go that side. That side is the grass field, but this side here is just, yeah. Oh, there's a wall there. Right, so we can't use that. That's the neighbour's land. We won't be able to use that land. So we're driving around the edge. I do like the way that it's... I do like the way that this is done. The fact that you've got neighbour's land is there. We can't use it. It's not land that's for sale. It's not land that we can go and buy. What do we got here? This is... Oh, this is the sheep. So where are the sheep... Ah, I see. The sheep go... You got your wool pallets and everything. The sheep are actually kept on the banks along here, on the dikes, and you would, yeah. So you could have the sheep all the way along, all the way down to the end down here. That's fantastic. I really like that idea. It's a shame that the fence doesn't actually go all the way down and include that, but yeah, that's really cool. That is a nice little touch there. I'm quite pleased about that. So yeah, I do think that this map would lend itself well to this kind of style that we're going to be doing with these maps, whichever one that we do pick. And yeah, it's not my favourite. I will admit that it's not my favourite, but I don't have any maps on here that I don't like. Right? I like this map. There is some nice little details on it, and it is very, very accurate for the part of the world this is, Zeeland in the Netherlands. And if you look at Zeeland in the Netherlands, I mean, I suppose really the fields might be slightly smaller strips in this part of the world in real life. But yeah, so many people have been asking for this map. This is the map that sort of... There's a lot of people from this area that watch my videos. So here we go. This is available for you, and we've run out of time already. Yeah. Wonderful, wide, open space. We can join all these fields together without any trouble at all. We can have some massive, great big fields going on in this map. And yeah, I think we could have a lot of fun with it. It does lend itself well to doing all sorts of things, including launching our pickup. Oh, okay, so we land on the roof. But anyway, right, let's get on to the next map. We have another 5 minutes back on the clock. This is Texas. This is a 4 times map. And it's just called Northwest Texas. I have included this one because, whoa, we got a fleet of case. We've got a couple of, well, I think these are Peterbilt, are these Peterbilts? I'm not sure. I don't know my US trucks. I don't know my US trucks at all. This map is designed for big scale. We've got a fleet of everything in here. More case tractors. So case is the big thing on this, the big flavour on this map. Back to that tractor. We go to that one. We'll go to this one. We'll take a little bit of a drive around on this one. I'm going to speed up time a little bit to see if it does brighten up a bit more. Look at all the gear that is lined up on here. This is enormous, great big stuff for an enormous, great big map. I have had people asking me over and over if I could do a 4 times map. They want wide, open, large spaces that you only get in the US. Well, technically you also get this in Australia. So we've seen the Australian map. This is now the the American side. This is the US side of the pond. Yeah, it's big. This one is very, very big, and I gotta say it does look a little sparse. But I like to look at Google Maps every now and then. I like to see different parts of the world that people are from. When I'm getting comments in the comment section about different things, I do like to go and look at Google Maps and see what it's actually like in their parts of the world, and so I can sort of compare your comments and your personal experiences that you're talking about with what it looks like where you are in real life. And this is pretty realistic. This is pretty realistic. And is this a modified texture or not? I don't know, but yeah, from what I've seen on Google Maps, Northwest Texas is wide, open, and empty. It's just a big empty space with millions and millions of square miles of crops. Okay, maybe not millions, but still, if you were to get out of a truck and they drove off and just left you here, you would feel like you were the only person on the planet. You literally would. You really would feel like you were the only person left alive on the entire planet. It's just open. It's just you and the sky. There's nothing else. And yeah, this is what I've seen. Whoa! Did you see that? It's just me and the sky cruising along, not doing anything, and there's a gut patch of mud right in the middle of the field. Is this realistic? Is this what happens in Texas? Do you have in the middle of... Actually, yes, you do. You do. I've seen videos of this. I've seen videos of people driving along with their combines and getting absolutely hopelessly stuck right in the middle of the harvest. Where's this water coming from? I'm guessing there's a spring underneath the ground or something like that. That is fantastic. That is so cool. Oh, I love it. Yeah, the wide open space doesn't really do it for me because, like I've said before, I'm not from a part of the world that has wide open space like this. Right, this is wide open space on a scale that I have never seen in real life. Right, I have never seen this kind of wide open space. It just does not exist in my part of the world. So to me, it's quite alien, and it's not something because it feels so unfamiliar. It's I don't really know how to describe it. It's beautiful to look at, and it's beautiful to look at when I look at Google Maps. But at the same time, I don't know what I would be like with actually living here. I don't know if... I don't think I would feel 100% comfortable and sort of at home with it. Now, we're going to have to test this. Can we drive off the edge of the map or not? Let's see. No, we can't. Right. It does walk right up the end. And if you look here, you can see far into the distance, and that's quite realistic. I don't like the way it does drop off. But I can see why they've done it like that. It's so that you've got a bigger map. You've got the map is as big as it can possibly be. Now, let me look at this map. We've been driving around through field 28, and I think up there by field 27. This place is huge. Right, the scale of these. Right, that's the timer. We're going to have to go. Before we go, let's just visit field 14. Heard a noise. What was the noise? It might have been the vehicle turning off. Barbed wire fences everywhere. That's realistic. And let's just see what the biggest... I like the fact that they've got the US flag incorporated into the little designs there. That's quite cool. Is that the US flag? I don't know. I don't think it's US flag. 6.1 million euro. Well, dollars it would be. $6.1 million. Estimated time to complete this mission, 1,068 minutes, which by my reckoning is about 18 hours. 18 hours to finish that mission. That is insane. That, I think, field 14 is probably the biggest field. But yeah, so this is Northwest Texas. A monstrous great big map. And yes, it would fit very well with the style of the map that we're going to be doing. But I don't know what you guys would think of using this, using a 4x map. It's massive, it's open, and I hope this kind of to me, especially the mud patches, that mud patch was just incredible. I know that I've gone over time, but I feel that a 4 times map can warrant a few extra minutes. Yeah, just look at it. It's just open. I hope that, to me, this is kind of... This incorporates a lot of the feel of... When we talk about, here in my country, when we talk about farming in the US, this is what you picture. This is what you imagine. Okay? This. What I'm looking at right here. It's just huge. Grain storage, right? You don't just have a grain storage bin. You've got, like, 25 billion litre grain storage. It's enormous. It's on an unimaginable scale. On a scale that here in the UK... we can't. It's literally is unimaginable. We cannot picture something like this. I come from a place where a very large farm is 300 acres. For you guys, 300 acres is a field so small it's probably not worth bothering with, and that's how vastly different our worlds are. So yeah, look at it. This is stunning. This is absolutely stunning. Gorgeous. And listen, it's just quiet. I'm blown away by this map. I looked at the pictures. I've seen it there, and I just I don't really fancy that. Don't really fancy that. No, I won't look at that. And now I've looked at it, and I'm really regretting that I hadn't looked at it sooner, because this is amazing. This is absolutely incredible. It's just, I'm completely and utterly blown away. So anyway, that's this map. I got one more map to show you, and then we can, I'll just list off your options, and you can all make your choice. 5 minutes back on the clock. Let's just flick through the machinery that we've got. We got a Rosselmash Torum. We've got a Valtra T-Series. We've got a Valtra N-Series. And we're back to the Rosselmash. So we don't have a great deal of vehicles on here. I'm just going to go to the cars. I'm going to go to a Lizard, and I'm going to lease that one. I don't have any mods active, as same as all the other maps, so you can just have a look at the base map as it was originally made. This map is Gemeinde. Now, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Gemeinde Raden, is it? Rada? Gemeinde Rada. I don't know how to pronounce it, so if someone could spell it out phonetically in the comment section, I'd really appreciate it, so that I can sort of let you know what it's supposed to be. This map is... It's a little bit different to the other ones that I've included, because the other ones that I've included on this list are kind of fairly big open space maps, whereas this one is very much a... Why has it changed the settings on that? I shouldn't have that. Stop and go braking. Should. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, this map, I was looking on a Reddit post for some of the best maps that have been made for FS17, and this one was included. Now, it's not rated all that highly. I think it's only like 3.8 or something on ModHub, and I tend to look at the ones that are above 4, although I don't think very many of the ones that I've picked this time are above 4. I've sort of gone for a wider variety, a wider selection. And a lot of people said this map, it's kind of one of those hidden gems that you don't really think anything of until you download it and you take a look. And you have a look at the map and you have a drive around, and it's just amazing. It is just gorgeous. This map is stunning. And I know that I'm currently doing Dowland Farm, which is absolutely gorgeous map. I love that farm. And I have said all along that I intend to do Sandy Bay, and so many people keep asking me, I've got to do Sandy Bay, so Sandy Bay will be next. If this was not picked, I'm seriously considering using this for a time-lapse map, because this is just stunning. It's absolutely incredible. There's just bits of this map that just blow me away. It's like here, we're driving up alongside this lake here. There's all that water, and then you've got land over the other side. Now, because we're sort of doing this as a, almost like a joke map, it's not very deep here. I don't know, does it? We'll test it out in a minute, and see if we can drive across there. Actually, let's just do it now and see if it says about the don't drive too deeply in the water. Because what I was thinking we could do, this could be like the perfect time to do a bridge made out of wood chips. I get so many people asking me to do a bridge made out of wood chips. Do a bridge, do a bridge, do a bridge. So yeah, maybe we could do a bridge made out of wood chips all the way across there. I don't know about that. That could end up just being a really dull project in the end. It could take so long, it just get really, really boring to do. So yeah, this map in general, the feel of this map is just amazing, and the detail and textures and everything, it is absolutely wonderful. I really do like this map, but that being said, I don't know how well this map is going to fit with kind of how we want to do things, with having, you know, because with this spoiled stinking rich kid who's got all this money and all these different things to do. There are big fields in this one, but I don't know if you think it's going to fit this theme of what we're going to be doing very well. So obviously it's going to be down to you guys. It's all going to be down to you. But this map is, I love this map. This is the problem. I have picked out maps that I genuinely love. There's something about each and every one of the maps that I've shown you today that is just amazing, and I said that I would tell you at the end which one is my absolute favourite. So now that's a tough one. If it was just my absolute favourite map to go and just play for myself without any restrictions or anything, maybe as, you know, which one would I use for the time-lapse map or something like that. Go on, don't land on your roof. Nice. This one, probably I would pick this one. But for the theme of how we're going to be doing things, with the how we're going to approach this particular series, which one do I think would suit this series the best? And the one that I think I'm torn. I'm genuinely torn. The one that I think would suit our series the best, so that we've really got scope to do anything we want, is either Northwest Texas or Australia, the Southern Cross Station. One of those two, I think, would fit the map the best. So yeah, there's for just personal enjoyment, this one I would go for this one. And I've had my 5 minutes. I haven't really got time to look around there. 5 minutes is a very short time to have a look at a detailed map, and some of these maps are just stunning. So there we have it. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have stopped doing Farming Simulator. I should have just changed things around a bit, and so that's what I'm doing now. I'm making amends, I hope. We're starting a brand new series, and I want you to pick which of these 5 maps I've had a look at you would like me to use for this series. Bear in mind that we are going to have piles of money. We're going to have $100 million with whichever map we start with. Or either 100 million euros or 100 million dollars. It'd be one or the other. And we're going to use that money to do whatever we feel like, right? We're not going to be limited. We're not going to worry about realism, anything like that. We are just going to kick back and have some fun for 3 days a week. And for 3 days a week, we are going to do absolute realism on Rada, or as close to realism as we can get. I will have a look at a another mod for manual attachments in Rada. I don't know about that at the moment though, because the last one I used was much, because the last one I tried, because of the errors with it, it was far more unrealistic than just doing it the way the game does. So yeah, that's that. But anyway, we'll worry about that when we go back over to that map. Right now, which of these 5 maps do you want? This one here is Gemeinde Rada. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. It will be spelt right in the options. Then we have Dutch Polder, which is obviously in Holland. We've got this one here. I don't know where this one's set. I think this is Germany, but I'm not sure. Then we've got East Coast Hills. That one is set in Canada. Then we have Southern Cross Station, set in Australia. And finally, we have Northwest Texas, that massive, open, planed one set in, surprise, surprise, Texas, in the southern US. So, it's your vote, it's your game. Which one do you want? Which one do you want me to play? Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, talk about it, give us your reasons for the map. This is a big decision because this is going to be the map that we play for the next several, well, probably it's going to be a good couple of months, isn't it? So, because we do 3 episodes a week, if we go for like 40 odd episodes, we'll see. We will see how long it takes, but anyways, it could be a good few months. So discuss. Have plenty of discussion about this. You need to have your say, and you've only got until Thursday to complete the vote, because I will start this series this week. I'm running this as fast as I can. So I'm giving you a chance, but you haven't got much of a window. And yeah, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. That's the very important bit, because it will go on your vote in the top right hand corner. I'm sorry for those of you who are still unable to vote for whatever reason, you cannot get it to work, but I have to go on the actual votes in the top right hand corner, so those are the ones that count. But anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, please head down below and give me a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later. Let's just do one more, shall we? Oh! We haven't once landed on our roof, have we? Oh, no, there was one thing I was going to do before I go. There was one thing I was going to do. Oh, go on, don't land on the roof. Just don't land on the roof. Which way is it? Where am I? Am I like on the other side? I'm on the other side of the map now. I wanted to get up there so that I could test that water thing, didn't I? Go on, let's do this. We will do this. I did say that I would just drive into the water before we went, and we ended up driving so far that we're like a long way away from it. We can get there. We're going to go up through here. If I can just go straight up across Field 8 and Field 9, then we can probably cut across the road right there. Yeah, I need to be heading in this direction now, don't I? And is that a hedge? Is that going to be a hedge that's going to actually stop us? No, it's not. And we didn't flip. That's okay. Get across. Right, we just want to go in a straight line. There's the water. That's where we want to go. We just want to find out if we can actually go in that water or not. And then I really will go. I think this hedge does actually have a collision on it. Oh, no, it doesn't. Do not drive too deeply in the water, but we can get through. So, we could make a bridge across here without too much trouble. I don't know if I can get out on this side. Is there actual grass here, or is it just texture? There's no actual grass here. This is just texture. I suppose we could come across here and plough it up. That could be something that we could do if we were to play this map. But yeah, anyway, this is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.